I don't think this contest is over yet. India Alliance has gone up to 46. NDA is at 146. A lot of seats now are reporting in Vidarbha. It's getting a little more closer.
Yeah.
Sena UBT was leading only in 4. Now it's leading in 13.
Yeah.
NCP Ajit Pawar is leading in 14. I think there's some ways to go, folks.
Oh yeah,
there's some ways to go.
I mean, I've been saying from the day one that a large number of BJP people who I spoke with overnight yesterday were telling me that 150 is the number they're looking at. This runaway 170, I don't know where it's coming from.
But there is a nearly 99 seat lead that has been opened up. Right. There's a 99 seat that's been opened.
It did in Haryana.
I'm not saying
it did in Haryana. Haryana went up to 70. I remember that.
Not saying that it can change, but it's we are reporting nearly 200 seats. It's early times.
48 now.
But slowly there is a catch up, and the numbers that are diminishing are of the Shiv Sena and the NCP there. That's where the toss-up's happening.
I'm not sure where that is, but you know, I don't think this contest is over yet.
Look at the BJP number. That's at 80.
Yeah.
And that will give the BJP a lot of heart. I don't know about the other two. Remember, everyone is
closer to their target of about 95 seats.
Remember, everyone is transferable. So if the BJP gets 95, you know, it'll be the person around
the interesting story is Jharkhand, where the India Alliance has taken a 4-seat lead now. 23 to 19, 24 to 19 now. They had gone up 2018, it was 2020, and now it is 24 to 19. So
also,
Jharkhand is
the other
interesting.
significant thing is, remember 10 minutes back when we checked in, it was -4 for the India Alliance. So right now, they are on track to winning all the seats that they won last time around. So they've net not got any losses. The NDA has added one. One
so
less
only
to the
Access
others.
My India, Zach, only Access My India had shown. In fact, they had shown a bigger
53 seats. 53 seats was the absolute number that Access My India projected for JMM Congress.
Yes, so that's,
and they said what is working for the NDA in Maharashtra will work for the JMM Congress so in Jharkhand.
200 seats reporting in Maharashtra, 147 to the NDA, that's above the halfway mark, 48 to the India Alliance. Some more seats reporting in Mumbai. Let's take a look. From the outskirts, you have in Bhayandar the NC candidate leading, of course in Ovala the Shinde candidate leading, in Kopri the Chief Minister is leading, in Thane Sanjay Kelkar of the BJP is leading, now Mumbara, which is Jitendra Awad's seat, he's leading there, in Airoli again the BJP candidate is leading. Let's look at some of the Mumbai city seats. I think we have one more Sena UBT lead that's coming through. I'm just trying to check which, I think this is Bandra East if I'm not mistaken.
So this is where they reside. Matushri is Bandra East. So if let's have a look. It'll plot in a bit. Mahim has not yet started reporting. Anushakti Nagar is not reporting yet.
Nope.
Amit Thackeray is trailing in Mahim. So Mahim is reporting. Amit Thackeray is trailing in Mahim. Anushakti Nagar, Mankhurd, interesting seats. Worli, Milind Devra versus Aditya Thackeray. That's not reporting yet. That's not reporting yet. But overall, 148. So this is 4 more than the halfway mark. Majority number is 145. The NDA right now in pole position with respect to the number of leads. 203 out of 288 are reporting already. 148 for the NDA. 82 leads for the BJP. Eknath Shinde's Dhanush Ban, the Shiv Sena, leading in 36. NCP Ajit Pawar leading in 28, clearly far greater than the UBT and NCP Sharad Pawar in terms of leads. Congress leading in 21, I.N.D.I.A alliance not yet at the 50 number but slowly inching up. Is this going to change? Is this going to change, or will these leads hold? 150, NDA touches 150. Out of 203 leads. So leads more consolidating. We should have at least 5 rounds of counting. We'll go across to Avantika to get a sense of Maharashtra. How many rounds of counting already in Maharashtra? 150 and 49. So clearly 3 times more than what the India Alliance has, the NDA holds in Maharashtra. Is it a runaway victory? Will Pradeep Gupta's outer liar number of 200 be within reach for the NDA? We'll have to wait and watch. These are still leads. Yes, Avantika, how many rounds?
153 rounds. 3 rounds have been complete, but in some places the first round has now finished. So there's still early leads. But some of the big names, बताइए प्रशांत जी, some of the big names. What about Milind Devra? What about Shaina NC? उनके बारे में कुछ अभी?
मिलिंद देवरा अभी पीछे है, शाइना एनसी पीछे है. मिलिंद देवरा आदित्य ठाकरे के साथ में उनके खिलाफ लड़ रहे हैं. वो आदित्य ठाकरे अभी लीडिंग पे है दूसरे राउंड पे. शाइना एनसी का दूसरा राउंड चल रहा है. वहाँ शाइना एनसी भी पीछे है. वहाँ से जो कैंडिडेट है वो आगे चल रहे हैं. साथ में बाला साहब थोराट जो है वो पीछे चल रहे हैं संगमनेर से, जो पूर्व मंत्री भी है, उसके बाद में रोहित पवार आगे चल रहे हैं। इस तरह से अभी धीरे धीरे जो भी चेहरा है वो चेंज हो रहा है। हो सकता है महायुति और महाविकास आघाड़ी दोनों में जोरदार टक्कर हो सके।
बड़े बड़े नाम है, एकनाथ शिंदे, देवेंद्र फडणवीस, ऑल दोस नेम्स दे
सब लोग आगे, सब देवेंद्र फडणवीस नागपुर पश्चिम से आगे है, उसके बाद में खासकर देखा जाए कोपरी पाचपागड़ी से एकनाथ शिंदे आगे है, वो भी लीडिंग में है सब लोग VIPs।
Any update on Mankhurd and Anushakti Nagar?
VIP देखेंगे। रायगढ़ से भरत गोगावने आगे है, उसके बाद में स्नेहल जगताप आगे है, रोहित पाटिल आगे है, संजय काका पाटिल आगे है, गुंजन नवाटे आगे, ये सारे VIP लिस्ट है। माहिम का अभी अपडेट नहीं आया है, अभी नहीं आया, अभी आएगा तो हम आपको बता देंगे।
बिल्कुल।
Mahim, Mankhurd, Anushakti Nagar, not yet come.
Not yet.
Worli, Aditya Thackeray is leading in Worli. That's the update. Shaina NC trailing in Mumba Devi. Amin Patel is leading in Mumba Devi at the moment. Over in Jharkhand, it's 29-24. So the JMM Congress combined, the NDA alliance opening up a 5-seat lead already with the NDA, 2 seats with the others. Is it going to be dead heat, or will the NDA alliance open up a bigger lead? 55 out of the 81 seats are reporting in Jharkhand. 153 for the NDA in Maharashtra. 207 out of the 288 seats are reporting. The BJP inching in onto the 90 number. Will it breach 100? Will it get closer to its 2019 score? That's important, interesting. There is a huddle and a hustle going on here in the studio. Nistula Hebar, Nalin Mehta, what's the conversation going on?
So Nalin was asking me if Mahayuti manages to win and BJP manages to turn around what happened in June, who would you give the credit to? So I was just basically going through the hard graft that the BJP did organizationally. And, you know, the biggest thing that was weighing on the party was the Samvidhan Khatre Mein Hai issue, not just in terms of electoral numbers, but in terms of also the Hindutva project. The Hindutva projects will stand on its own politically and electorally only if the marginalized and the subalterns are with them. And if this Samvidhan Khatre Mein Hai cleavage comes in between, then it's, you know, over, because you can't have a Hindutva project with just the upper caste. That is what they had since independence, and it never worked. So that was something that they really worked hard on. And it was really gamed in a proper way. There were the Mahars that were spoken to, the Matangs, and the other 55 other subcastes. You know, these are very small, like, communities, but everybody was talked to. So even if they were not going to vote for you, there was not this feeling of anger or anxiety with which they go and vote for your opposition. So all of that was sought to be curtailed.
So Kiran Rijiju, Bhupendra Yadav were all tasked to address these issues?
Yes, absolutely. And the RSS was spoken to, saying that, look, this is the 100th year of the foundation of the RSS. Maharashtra is the home of the RSS. Nagpur is the headquarters of the RSS. So do you want a government built by a party which is not of the ideological family? Think about it. So very early on, the Joint General Secretary Atul Limay was put in charge of coordination. Even with Ajit Pawar's party, they couldn't have any central sort of a thing in Bombay. Nobody listened to them. So for every seat, they had a committee with people from Ajit Pawar's party, local BJP guys, and the local Shakha workers. And then they coordinated to go out and work together. They said, okay, you know, even if you're not going to win, there has to be some vote transfer. It cannot be like June 2024.
Nistula, in my view, the big difference between June 2024 and now is in June 2024, BJP entered these states, Maharashtra and UP, where also we are seeing important by-elections, with the arrogance of a champion who thought who couldn't be defeated.
Absolutely.
Right? So they said it doesn't matter. They were unprepared. They were taken by surprise by Samvidhan Khatre Mein.
Absolutely.
This time they've come in and fought their ground game in a way that
they took the right lessons from
They took the right lessons and they've done a course correction.
Yes.
So the one point that we need to now look at is seat conversions. What's happening actually in both Maharashtra and Jharkhand? Who's moving whom? What's moving? And what about the firewall seats? Because it's very critical that we begin now at this point to look at that basically so that we can project
Just the
future.
Bombay
So-
seats, couple of new seats are reporting. Bandra West, Ashish Shelar, who is the Mumbai president of the BJP, he is leading in Bandra West. Bandra East is not reporting yet. That's where Zishan Siddiqui is fighting. Amit Thackeray is trailing. This is in the seat of Mahim. We have further south, Kolaba, of course, Rahul Narvekar is leading in Mumbra Devi. Amin Patel is leading. He's, of course, Shaina NC is trailing in that seat. Couple of more Sena UBTs. Bhandup West. Ramesh Kurkankar is leading in Bhandup West, and also the neighbouring seat, the Sena UBT is leading. But in Ghatkopar East, the BJP candidate there is leading.
Zaka in Mahim, Amit Thackeray is trailing, but who is leading? Sada
Sena
Sarvankar
UBT.
or the UBT?
The Sena UBT candidate is
UBT
leading.
is
Dr.
leading.
Mahesh Sawant
UBT
of the...
is
That's the home of Sema Bhavan and Badasaheb
But Mahesh
Memorial.
Sawant
But what
is
about
leading.
firewall seats? Are they being breached, and on which side are they being breached? Is it an equal sort of breach? That means there is equal transference, or is there now overwhelming in those contests between the BJP and the Congress? The BJP retaining those numbers that we saw
in the
15 minutes
75
back.
seats that are the direct contest, 61 are reporting. BJP is leading in 42 and Congress only in 18. So this is the situation as of
And
right
between the two Senas,
Between
do
the
we
two
have that
Senas,
split?
yeah, we have that. Between the Sena Shinde and the Sena UBT, 30 of those seats are reporting out of 51. 18 to the Shinde Sena and 10 to the Sena UBT.
So there also the Eknath Shinde is winning the conversation.
Clearly.
And that's
In the
also
Pawars,
true for NCP.
yeah, we just look
And
at the
quickly
NCP.
with the
Is that so?
NCP versus NCP
That's
again.
a big one.
Yeah, NCP versus NCP, and Ajit Pawar really, 20 to 8 out of the 29 seats that are reporting, 20 direct fights. Ajit Pawar's candidates are leading.
So
Only
are these
8.
mostly in the bastion?
So
or
this is
it,
largely around
Yeah.
Western Maharashtra, but Ajit Pawar has also got a couple of pickups in Vidarbha, which you would imagine is not his sort of
So
stronghold.
this is very interesting, because this tells us that perhaps Sharad Pawar's hold now over the future of the NCP movement, whatever you want to define it as, is perhaps weakening. That's the real takeaway.
Just to cover one thing, the NDA, the I.N.D.A. alliance clawing a bit into the Maharashtra numbers. It's inched up from about 40 to about 59. It was 60 just a second ago. It's 150 for the NDA. It went up to about 153, 154. It's come down to 150. Here, Jharkhand. Clearly, this seems to be running right down to the wire. 60 out of 81 leads. NDA is 25. India Alliance is at clearly 33. So they have an 8-seat lead.
So
that
where
they've
are all
opened
these
up.
seats being reported from?
Yeah.
Are they mostly from the south, mostly from the north?
What's
Pan
the breakup
Jharkhand.
between
Pan
JMM
Jharkhand
and
numbers are
Congress?
yeah.
Here in the northern part of the state,
Yeah.
it seems to be a mix between the BJP and the JMM. Of course, the BJP opening some of its account here. In the western part of the state, the BJP has significant inroads there. And of course, the south, which has always been the JMM stronghold, but bulk of the seats that the JMM is winning happen to be here in the south in that Dumka
But the
belt.
central
Individual
swath of the
contributors?
state not reporting
Individual
right now.
individual
Yeah.
contributors to the India Alliance. Let's see.
Yeah.
JMM leading in 17, Congress leading in 10. But importantly, this is the figure to keep out. Congress has lost 4 from last time around, and JMM is down 3 from last time.
This is interesting. The RJD is
RJD has picked up 3, and the CPI-ML has also picked up 2. So RJD and CPI-ML are helping that India number go up
So there was
to 35.
there was disappointment with the Congress and the campaign it ran.
Yeah. In fact, even JMM was upset with the Congress
That's
that
right.
Rahul Gandhi
Yes.
was not
Sir, you were
campaigning
saying
there.
something.
Rahul, I think if you have a leadership, you have a face, you have a talking point, and in alliance, it works. So in Jharkhand, if these numbers hold true, then again, the India alliance story will have. So in Maharashtra, there was no face, there was no talking point, there was no narrative. So all this thing fundamentally is a internal.
No, there was
problem of
definitely a
India.
face, Rashid bhai.
was
Uddhav Thackeray had been
No, he was not
crowing
projecting.
from the
No, no, no.
rooftop saying,
You're mistaken.
declare
Nana
me as
Patole
chief
kept-
minister. But nobody declared him chief minister.
Absolutely. So
they
that's
had a
tactical.
face.
So that is what I'm saying, Zaka. That was a tactical error. They should go, whether they win or lose, they should have gone with the face.
No. Sharad Pawar, Uddhav Thackeray, Sharad Pawar, Uddhav Thackeray, and Nana Patole.
Sharad
And
Pawar
you're
is not
saying 3 big faces there, 3 faces here.
No.
Rohit has
Face,
a
Sharad
point to
Pawar
make.
cannot be a face.
Face discussion will happen. Rahul, face discussion will happen tonight. 5 years back, you and I were sitting together.
Yeah.
We have also changed parties. We were sitting on a different channel. Okay? And BJP was winning. I have a very interesting math here. By the evening, if India Alliance realizes, okay, half the term for Mr. Shinde as CM, half the term for Mr. Ajit Pawar as CM, come over. It happened in 2019.
You know, Chetan, it's just 10 o'clock in the morning, man. Please. I can't imagine. I really don't want to go there.
I remember that. Chetan is only having coffee.
I'm only having coffee and I'm telling you. So the Mumbai hotels,
coffee.
they must check the locks, the safety, CCTVs of all Mumbai hotels.
But
Please.
Chetan, I have to ask you a question. वो तो alliance of convenience है. आपका क्या alliance?
हम तो जहाँ राहुल जाता है.
Rahul ka alliance
There
hai.
are many Rahuls. There's a lot of confusion. Even the PM said, "Kaun Rahul?" So I think there's one Rahul here, one Rahul somewhere else, one Rahul.
And one Rahul you wrote about.
So many Rahuls. So,
I think I want to make a point about CM face. You know, the CM face thing is a typical media thing. I don't think the parties are comfortable announcing that. And that is because once you announce one name, you have other alliance partners not too much interested in contesting or campaigning and all those things. And there are internal bickerings or problems that creep up. I think on the NDA side also, I mean, Rashid Bhai said it was a mistake by MVA that they did not announce the CM face. I don't agree with that because on the NDA side also there was no CM face. I mean, obviously they said that we are fighting the...
No, but there's an incumbent chief minister. You fight on his face.
They said they will fight under the leadership of Eknath Shinde because he's CM, but they also made it clear that after the polls, if they win, they are not sure who's going to be the CM. Obviously, my guess is it's going to be Devendra Fadnavis if BJP gets
160, but the India alliance is inching up to 70. Jharkhand, a 10-seat gap has been opened up by the India alliance. JMM, Congress, RJD plus. So this India alliance has opened up a 10-seat gap. We still haven't reporting all the seats in Jharkhand. 64 out of 81.
The question I want to ask is that in Haryana, just a month ago, while there was no officially declared candidate for the Congress, but it was assumed by a lot of people, and certainly a lot of people on the ground were saying that Huda will be the CM, right? They were almost behaving like he'd already become the CM. But that didn't work.
That was also this, Shelja was there and she was also a contender. So what I'm saying is, I was saying in the context of Jharkhand, that in Jharkhand there was a very clear established leadership of Hemant Soren. There was a talking point that, Adivasi is not getting, and that him being framed in that ED case, etc. So there was that entire narrative was there. In Maharashtra, there was no narrative. And that is what it is.
Well, let me also tell you that in Karnataka, the bypoll is there. It's interesting because you have a BJP and you have a JDS in the lead there. On two of the seats. That's right.
From Channapatna, I think he's in the lead.
And this happens on the back, again, of a very polarized campaign. Also in Karnataka. So it's interesting because the theme was pretty much
so it's 144.75, folks. It's 144.75. It's come back to the halfway mark of 144. It went up to 150 plus. So that's why I'm saying I don't think this race is over yet. So I think there's ways to go there.
Come back to the point I was making.
His party is doing not badly.
Not at all. But come back to the point I made at the very beginning. The people that I was speaking with are not giving the Mahayuti more than 150. Let's say that the 170 is not happening. 150s are more realistic number, and 150 is a victory.
So
it's good enough.
60 seats, 63 seats are not yet being reported.
That's right. It's
63 seats are not yet being reported, and the NDA is sitting at the halfway number.
So where are these 63 seats? Which where are they?
It's across regions. A lot from Konkan, which of course is the BJP stronghold.
BJP and Shiv Sena.
A lot of them from Konkan are not reporting. A lot of them from northern Maharashtra are also not reporting.
Hotels in Bangalore can have still have a booking.
No, but
I just want to say, let's have a look at Vidarbha a little closer. Let's go to Vidarbha and let's have a look at Vidarbha closer. How many seats have actually changed in Vidarbha? Because, see, that's the region where it's reporting quite a few saffron seats.
So out of 62 seats, 54 are reporting. NDA has a healthy lead, 33, and the India Alliance only 21. But
so last time in Vidarbha, it was 20 out of 62 for the Mahayuti, and MVA was 42. So that number is reversing there. So
Vidarbha is reversing.
And Marathwada?
So it's 33-21 out of the
So that number is reversing, and we still have a number of seats that haven't been caught. Now let's look
we have
at
about 8 more seats.
Let's have a look at Marathwada. I'm just very keen.
Just quickly to Marathwada as well. 46 seats. I don't think all of them are reporting yet. 42 out of 46 are reporting. NDA 26. India Alliance 16.
So that's more than double of the last. I'm talking about last time, and I'm talking about is Lok Sabha. So 12 out of 46 the Mahayuti had. Now it appears in Marathwada they're more than
got
double their
26.
numbers.
They've got more than
Make it simple.
Yeah.
This Chacha Bhatija, they have about 50 seats. If they have 50 seats, they will do what they would want to do.
You mean to say they are transferable?
Obviously, even if somebody is
If
140...
both the Pawars have 50 seats, you think they will merge?
Here is the case, sir. Here is what will happen. Neither Eknath Shinde nor Ajit Pawar are going anywhere if those numbers are comfortably above 150 because their legacy is settled, their ownership of their parties is settled, and they're going to sit tight there because their administration is settled. कोई किधर भी बुला ले वो कहीं नहीं जाने वाला है.
पता है हम उस दिन भी हम राहुल और हम ने लंच का प्लान बनाया था 2019 में कि आज लंच पे खत्म है लंच पे जाएंगे and he stayed the whole weekend in the studio.
All right.
Remember 5 a.m. government.
Let's go live to Avantika, live result hub. Yes.
Absolutely.
Anand, just a quick update. Other than Hemant Soren, who's leading, everyone else is trailing. Champai Soren, who was leading since the morning, now is trailing. His son Babulal Soren is also trailing. Kalpana Soren, the wife of Hemant Soren, she's trailing as well. Political greenhorn, she led such an impressive campaign. There was a lot of expectations from him. But you know, still in Jharkhand, it's very close. BJP is leading in 25 seats, JMM in 23 seats. Nilesh, just give me a quick update. What's it looking like?
जी अभी के जो रुझान है बीजेपी 25 सीटों पर आगे है जेएमएम 23 सीटों पर आगे है सबसे चौंकाने वाला है कि हेमंत सोरेन की जो पत्नी है कल्पना सोरेन गांडे वो पीछे चल रही है हेमंत सोरेन के जो छोटे भाई हैं बसंत सोरेन दुमका से वो भी पीछे चल रहे हैं सिर्फ हेमंत सोरेन है जो आगे चल रहे हैं उसके अलावा जो चंपई सोरेन है वो भी पीछे चल रहे हैं उनके बेटे बाबूलाल सोरेन घाटशिला से लड़ रहे हैं वो भी पीछे चल रहे हैं पूर्व मुख्यमंत्री अर्जुन मुंडा उनकी वाइफ है मीरा मुंडा वो पहली बार चुनाव लड़ रही है पोटका से वो आगे चल रही है उसके अलावा जो ओडिशा के राज्यपाल है रघुवर दास उनकी बहू पूर्णिमा साहू पहली बार चुनाव लड़ रही है जमशेदपुर पूर्वी से वो आगे चल रही है जी आरजेडी जो है सो 4 सीटों पे आगे चल रही है कांग्रेस 10 सीटों पे आगे चल रही है उसमें से एक सीट वो भी है चतरा जहां पर एकमात्र वही सीट है जहां लालू यादव चुनाव प्रचार के लिए आए थे सुभाष यादव वहां के कैंडिडेट हैं वो आगे चल रहे हैं चतरा से
And Anand, that's an important point. RJD taking a lead in those 4 seats, at least for now.
All right, I just want to come back to the Mumbai seats. Some more seats are reporting. Like I said, Bandra West, Ashish Shelar is leading there. But in the neighbouring constituency of Andheri West, Ashok Jadhav of the Congress is leading. In the next seat of Versova, and this is interesting, Rahul, you might want to talk about this. Haroon Khan, Muslim candidate from the Sena UBT, is leading in that constituency. Shinde Sena is leading in Andheri East. In Bhandup West, the SSUBT candidate is leading. In Vikhroli, again, the SSUBT candidate is leading. In Ghatkopar East, the BJP candidate is leading. In Chembur, the Shinde Sena candidate is leading. In Shivdi, the Sena UBT candidate is leading. Now we have for Mahim, where Sena UBT candidate is leading. Let's take a look at this one. Malabar Hill, Ali Rahim Sheikh, independent candidate. He seems to be leading in Malabar Hill. Worli is not reporting yet, but...
Worli, Mankurd, Anushakti Nagar not reporting yet. Mankurd will be Nawab Malik. That story, Abu Azmi's seat also we should have a look at Shivaji Nagar and also Anushakti Nagar where it is Fahad versus Sana Malik.
Yes.
Yes.
Very interesting. If you look at the numbers now, at the bottom of the screen, the Sena UBT and the Shiv Sena official, I mean, you know, there now, there's a tight contest there. It's not exactly the runaway that Shinde was expecting. And the NCPs also are tight. So
let's take a look at the Sena versus Sena. 38 out of 51 are reporting. It's 20 to the Shinde Sena, 17 to the SSUBT.
It's a neck and neck there.
And I'll quickly check on the 2 NCPs as well. NCP versus NCP, Ajit Pawar versus Sharad Pawar. Again, 38 seats where they are fighting against each other. There, I think Ajit Pawar seems to be having
which is surprising because in the Lok Sabha, it was actually the NCP SP that did fantastically well.
They had an 80% strike rate.
That's right, 80% strike
But there is a theory with respect to the NCP that when it comes to Lok Sabha, it will be Sharad Pawar and Supriya Sule. When it comes to Vidhan Sabha, it will be Ajit Dada Pawar.
Possibly.
Now, does that hold and is Ajit Pawar actually milking that to claim legacy rights going forward? We have to wait and watch. The other thing to our viewers, some will inflate, some will deflate across other channels. Eventually, this is the template. So stay here. These are the numbers you can trust. These are the numbers that are coming from the counting centers, and that's why there won't be any runaway numbers. The leads across all television screens eventually will settle here. Now let's try and look at the numbers at this point. The halfway number is just plotting on above us, and clearly with nearly 46 seats to be plotted or to be even reported so far, we have the NDA with 152. Does that not signal a runaway victory by a huge margin? Yes, the India alliance is playing catch-up. It's inching up into the 90s, slowly inching up to the 90s at 86. But this is a big win. 152 with still 46 seats or 43 seats to be reported is a big one, and these numbers will only consolidate unless there is a huge shift that happens, tectonic, which actually reverses the numbers over the course of the next hour. By the time we get into round 7, round 8 of counting, leads should start settling in. There will be some close contests, and we'll get into those close contests also. But as of now, the NDA is in pole position to rest, to stay on. It's a pro-incumbency mandate. That's what it looks like.
Pro-incumbency is an important point that you're underlining. And look at that number of the BJP at 87. Did we expect?
Rahul, just below that, breaking ticker, it said Mankhurd, Nawab Malik is trailing. So Mankhurd is reporting Nawab Malik is trailing right now.
That is an important one. It's an important marker in the larger fight because, as you know, he was left pretty much on his own. But look at this BJP number, 87. And if this holds, and the BJP is expecting at 95, okay? If that number goes up, and by some dint of fate, the Shiv Sena starts pulling up its socks, I'll tell you, this could be a runaway election.
95 and 55, Rahul,
That's right.
That means these two themselves have 150 seats.
Absolutely.
So
they don't need any.
So there is, Ajit Pawar is not going anywhere.
He's not going.
Whatever Ajit Pawar gets is a bonus. Those 26 seats are a bonus. Then the BJP or the NDA is at 175 and they're comfortable. Nobody's going anywhere.
And that number for the BJP is a very big number because remember, they've contested about 153 seats, isn't it?
157 if I remember.
152. 152. I just want to go back to the
150 plus seats.
Yeah.
But look at that conversion ratio.
Yeah.
That is astounding.
No, so in the ministers who are contesting, we have 27. There are 28 ministers, 27 of them who are reporting, the seats that are reporting. 20 of them are leading, 6 of them are trailing. I'll be interested to see which are the 6 who are trailing.
Anand made the point pro-incumbency. That's a reflection of it.
Yeah.
The other thing is that the last time around, the BJP won 104. If they come to 95, 104 with 4 parties in the fray, 95 with 6 parties in the fray, it also shows that the BJP is not only emerging as the single largest party, it's becoming a pan-Maharashtra party.
It also tells you that Modi still retains overwhelming support amongst a large part of the vote.
The brand Modi conversation...
It didn't work when he was himself
Sir,
on a big ticket.
people can play on fears, and someone did make the point that fear actually
Then don't say this.
resonant.
That Mr. Modi, whenever he's there, when he was his own election, he could not get the majority in Maharashtra.
Very humbly,
May I make a point
very
here?
humbly,
Sir,
this time around, sir, the NDA's campaign was not on how many seats they will win.
Yeah.
400 par was the wrong strategy because that showed arrogance, and within the team, it also brought in complacency. This time around, what they are saying is, ek hai to safe hai. There is a fear factor there that if we don't fight together, if we don't come out, and if we don't work unitedly, we will be demolished. We'll be gone. And that's what worked. There was no talking about how many seats we want to win. Nobody is saying how many seats they want to win. They are saying we need to work together and we need to be together. That shift in the narrative. Had this been the story in Lok Sabha where they said we have to win for a better Bharat, we have to do well rather than saying 400 par, perhaps nature of the campaign would have been different. Yeah.
I want to make a deeper sociological point here. In Maharashtra politics, there have been 2 major phases as far as BJP is concerned. So, irrespective of which the elections come and go, right? It depends a lot on what you do on the local level and so on. Look at the last 40 years since 1980 when BJP was formed. 1980, BJP gets 14 seats. 85, 16. 1990, 42. 1995, 65. 1999, 56. 2004, 54. And 2009, 46, which was their lowest. In 2014, they get 122. 2019, they get 106. And now if they're getting around 90, that means for 3 consecutive elections, they'll be the single largest party.
Also, 2014 election, they fought on their own.
Yeah, exactly. For 3 consecutive elections, they'll be the largest party, and they've been in power for the last 10 years.
Absolutely.
So that tells you a major subterranean shift in Maharashtra politics.
I'll hand it back to you. The only problem right now for the NDA alliance is the Shiv Sena's conversion rate. The NCP are actually doing quite well.
Correct.
On the conversion rate. Yes, Anand.
No,
please.
I was just saying that the BJP BJP individually is more than the India alliance 2 hours into counting.
Yes.
5 rounds of counting, the BJP still remains larger than the India alliance put together in Maharashtra. It's a big statement.
Absolutely. But you see, Anand, see, there is a bit of a
डायरेक्ट
paradox.
फाइट्स में देखिए 35-31 है ओवरऑल अगर आप देखें 51 डायरेक्ट फाइट्स हैं ओवरऑल स्कोर 35-31 है बिटवीन शिंदे एंड शिवसेना
Which is very, actually,
UBT.
politically speaking, is very sort of intriguing because here are two political parties, NCP and Shiv Sena. They got split. There are two formations, and both are getting 50% of of seats. Now this is something which is statistically it can be said, but politically it is very difficult to explain.
It's just basically people saying, okay,
34 more leads to come. 34 more leads to come. The NDA is now above 161 leads. So this is going one way. This seems to be going one way.
Knockout, and I think it also tells the BJP they don't really need the Shiv Sena and NCP in the future. I mean, why do you need this? If BJP would have contested all the seats, they would have won a majority. They don't need this.
Maharashtra, at least for...
I mean, think about it. Why do I need these allies? What are they bringing?
No, I
but
think
at least for 2 or 3 more.
For the chief ministerial
appointment.
appointment.
Puri game changer.
Thank God you're not advising them.
I'm not advising.
BJP will push for its own chief minister to take over now, and that's going to have
See, the sum
bit of
of
an issue.
the vote share, till the time the BJP gets to a 35-36% vote share on its own in Maharashtra, it cannot think about fighting Maharashtra on its own.
No, but it has not contested all the seats, so you're not going to get
it contested in 2014 and they got 122 seats.
Yeah, so this is doing better than that, for sure, because they've contested half the seats. And they're like 94 and some...
But alliances don't work that way.
I'm not advising, I'm thinking, I'm stepping into their shoes.
Alliances don't work that way. There is a vote transfer that happens.
But you would also give credit to Chetan that there are many within the BJP, including someone like Devendra Fadnavis, who believe that the BJP should have fought 2019 on its own on all the seats, rather than having a pre-poll alliance with the Shiv Sena.
These parties are not like the TMC. Shinde Shiv Sena, if you can call it whatever you call it, he cannot take on the BJP or fight yet. I mean, he's proven something, he's been accepted, but only as an ally of the BJP. Can he ever take on the BJP, for example, like TMC can? He cannot. It's not. Why do people of Maharashtra need this?
The sum of all 5 parties is greater than the BJP right now. And till that situation prevails for the BJP itself, it will have to test one election cycle, maybe two cycles from now, but they will eventually have to test the fact that whether can they fight on their own. Right now, that doesn't seem to be, it's not mature enough for BJP. But that's what many others in the BJP feel, that they're not ready yet.
Net 2 takeaways already beginning to form. That is, yes, the BJP is now definitely becoming the single pole around which Maharashtra politics is going to revolve. Now, whether it has come on the back of a split or not, that's an immaterial thing. The Shiv Sena, Shinde Sena has a little bit of work to do, but amazing that it has withstood the UBT, the entire branding of the Thackeray clan. That is an amazing recovery. Yes. This is not now down to money power, so that goes out of the equation. And Ajit Pawar is the future of the party. He is going to claim the legacy of the Pawars, and I think that is establishing the 3 big takeaways.
You want to check the straight fight, Sena versus Sena. 40 out of 51 are reporting, so 11 more seats are yet to report. UBT Sena is leading in 20, and Shinde Sena is leading in 18. So now the UBT Sena.
How close are these leads? Can we get a sense of that, Zach?
It keeps changing. It keeps changing, Rahul.
But are these marginal leads, or are they big leads which are not going to change because a lot could then therefore...
Again, in the NCP versus NCP fight there, I think Ajit Pawar seems to be holding steady.
Yeah.
And the fact that he has opened up leads, for example, in the Konkan belt, he's leading. In Pune, 3 seats he's leading. He's got a couple of seats in Vidarbha as well. 4 seats in Marathwada.
Yeah.
So I think the spread is beyond his traditional turf of Western Maharashtra.
And he has really
and 1 seat in Mumbai, by the way, in the outskirts of Mumbai.
Well, there you go. And he's worked his socks off. People are saying that he really has got into the weeds of it. But, I'm looking at the leads, the margins, because remember, the vote banks that they're fighting for are pretty much the same. Yeah. So we need to have a look, round by round. How strong are the leads on either sides of the Shiv Sena? how strong are the leads on either side of the NCP fences? That'll be really interesting to see, because it could come down to a margin of, 3, 5, 10,000 votes at the max. Yeah, Jharkhand is on the screen, 27-45. That looks like a runaway right now for the India bloc. It's obvious that the tribal vote hasn't really shifted in that manner.
Yeah, so if you look at the map, for example, in all regions, in the south, in the west, and in the east, BJP has some pockets in the east, but the JMM seems to be sort of winning seats in all regions, in all 3 regions of Jharkhand. Like I said, the important figure to watch out is this one, which means that they've picked up 2 seats from last time. The BJP has also picked up 1, the NDA has picked up 1, but 3 seats the others have lost. So it's above the halfway mark now. 42 is the halfway mark. They are at 46. Again, can things change? Let's see how it settles. But right now it seems like the India alliance, the JMM Congress alliance.
Right after the general elections, that the cardinal mistake that the NDA did was the arrest of Hemant Soren. Because among tribal society, tribals are extremely marginalized communities, and the state is an oppressor. All right, so, and the most powerful form of the oppressive state is the police. So you have a chief minister who's come out from the tribal community being hauled off to prison. That had a very, very negative impact. And Kalpana Soren has actually emerged as a very strong campaigner. She's done pretty well.
I want to add a complexity to the Jharkhand discussion, which is this, that absolutely agree with you, Nistula, and it's clearly the India alliance is ahead. But you look at the vote share numbers, and that tells you a different story. BJP is by far the single largest party in Jharkhand right now by vote share, 31.2%. JMM is 19.8%, and the Congress is 14.9%. So if you add these two, BJP is still pretty much the same.
But
that's telling you that the BJP is more spread around. Is more spread around, but these guys are more concentrated.
The larger question is the larger
say that the vote share business is a loser's argument, because it is someone who wins. See, look at the BJP. The BJP, like, we keep blaming the Congress and MVA for not having a kind of powerful narrative in Maharashtra. Similarly, look at Jharkhand. What did BJP do? BJP got a former chief minister.
That's the point I wanted to make. Yeah.
That kind of move boomerang. You look at, you have a whole Ghuspatia narrative, the Rohingyas and Bangladeshis and all that, whereas Jharkhand does not even have international boundary. So, these were the tactical mistakes of BJP also.
It's nice that you're the simple thing.
It's not nice, it's a statement of fact.
No. What I'm trying to say is that the way you're trying to stitch the story is beautiful. What's happened is, in Maharashtra, if Ladki Behan has worked, the same way Meri Maiya has worked in Jharkhand. If Maratha, the Samvidhan Badal Gayi, this fear factor has gone away. In Jharkhand, the Adivasi Asmita, the fact that there will not be an Adivasi chief minister and an Adivasi was put in jail, this narrative has worked for the JMM. These two factors, one of the factors is very common.
And Worli
is now reporting. Worli is reporting, and I can report to you that Aditya Thackeray there is leading in Worli against Milind Deora. But early days yet.
Just coming back to Jharkhand.
The BJP has just crossed its projected 95 as Rohit Chandrakar 96.
Just a very quick point that I want to build on that Anand was making. We shouldn't just write off the BJP in Jharkhand. Let's have a look at actually the tribal vote. Has it actually increased its presence in the tribal seats? Has it increased its vote share in those tribal seats?
Vote share is a loser's argument.
No, it's not about that, sir. It tells you that it's not as if, the tribals have completely rejected the arguments of the BJP.
In the tribal seats in Jharkhand, 26 are reporting. India Alliance is leading in 22. NDA leading only in 4, but gains of 2.
The gains of 2.
And that tribal seats also, if you were to break it down, the JMM will be leading in more.
Yeah.
The other thing is, Rahul, similar to how more women have voted in Maharashtra, Jharkhand has seen an unprecedented upsurge in the women vote, where the BJP says it is coming, but clearly it's the benefit, it's the Meri Maiya.
And they didn't have a tribal leader.
Again, if you look at the more women in Jharkhand, 22 to the India Alliance,
there you go. That's
and 5 to the NDA.
So also the BJP needs to find its own tribal leader to project that sort of comes up through the ranks, rather than this business.
No, Babulal Marandi was appointed that the Pradesh BJP chief soon after 2014 elections. And he's been there, 2019 elections. He's been there for a while. But the perception is that because you brought Raghubar Das and you put an Adivasi CM in jail, So you will not actually back the Adivasi. This Adivasi Asmita is something which Pradeep Gupta was very confident. That's the reason why he gave 53 to JMM Congress and said this is not going to work.
That's what we just spoke about, actually. And in fact, right after the election, there was a general hunt for a scapegoat within the BJP. Ki kiska idea tha to
bring this guy?
Yeah, to clap Hemant Soren.
They were very confident. They got, Champai Soren, who became a chief minister in place of.
No, when you start hunting for a scapegoat, you know that something has bombed.
There's one thing very interesting that what Anand was saying about women voters. Shivraj Singh Chauhan was a point. I mean, he was a kind of person.
Exactly. So it's the same Ladli Behan, what worked in Madhya Pradesh. Ladki Behan is working in Maharashtra, and Meri Maiya is working in Jharkhand.
In charge of Jharkhand.
Yeah, every woman in India is soon getting money.
But the scheme was brought by the Mukhyamantri, and whoever delivers the benefit first gets the advantage. That's what it's showing.
We all have women in
live
the
result hub. Chetan and to our guests in studio, going across to the live result hub. Yes, Avantika.
Yes, Anand, absolutely. And I was hearing you, Anand, I think I second on that. If Ladki Behan worked for the Mahayuti and the BJP in the state of Maharashtra, it's clear that Maiya Samman Yojana and also the Adivasi Asmita has really worked for the Jharkhand, at least with the numbers that we're seeing right now. Brijesh ji, bataiye, what's your assessment of the numbers that we're seing in Jharkhand?
I think if you compare it from Maharashtra, then I believe that at both places the original scheme has given the benefit to the ruling party. For example, in Jharkhand, the scheme particularly for the ladies, it was launched by the Hemant Soren government. It got an improvisation from the BJP, but then again Hemant Soren government, it increased the amount just before the...
But only he is leading, otherwise all the other Sorens, they're trailing, most of them.
Yeah, it's in the family. But if you look at the overall figure, then it's a very impressive figure for the India Alliance. They are at 50 in the trends. And if you look at the NDA, NDA is at 24. Last time, BJP itself, it won 25 seats. So if you compare the 2019 with this current 2024 assembly elections counting, then obviously India Alliance is in a very impressive position as far as the current trends.
Rahul Shankar also raised a very important point about the BJP trying to make its impact amongst the tribals. Do you see that has worked? Have they been able to do that?
If you look at the current figures of 25 in Jharkhand, where the NDA is leading, then in the tribal strongholds, for example, if you look at the Kolhan, for example, Champai Soren, he is trailing. But fortunately, in few seats, if you look at the both Jamshedpur seats, BJP is in the leading position. Same way, the Meera Munda, the wife of the Arjun Munda, she is also in the lead condition. So there is a certain change in the some of the areas like Kolhan, where last time BJP was unsuccessful in getting even a single seat. But this time there is some early trends which is showing positive. But in other areas, obviously, the dominance of the JMM is still there. It looks like in the current trends.
All right, Anand. So, Anand, Brijesh ji, thank you so much. Anand, BJP has made those inroads, but the JMM pretty much dominant in the state of Jharkhand.